I don't know why I did this.
Content, of course.
I was just stumbling through random actors' filmography, and when I got to Eddie Murphy, I was sure I was gonna know every one of his movies. I was wrong. And the one that just called me out for some reason was just this one. Never heard of it, never seen no clip of it, a trailer of it, and damn sure never heard people talking about it. So I watched it, and that's all I could really say is I watched it. And that this movie is dog shit. We know Eddie Murphy is a comedy legend, being one of the greatest comedians in Hollywood in all time. But we also know that he doesn't have the most perfect record, with almost having the same amount of garbage as he does gems. But let me save all my complaining for the review. The Distinguished Gentleman is a 1992 American political comedy film starring Eddie Murphy as a con artist who decides one day on the job that being a congressman is more of a kind than he is, which is being corrupt for money, making him from conman to congressman. Wow, what a fun and interesting gimmick. So the movie opens up with the American flag and generic marching band music. This close-ass shot of this Florida license plate, like, damn, we get it, bro. We in Florida right now, man. Calm down, cameraman. And taking place is this little campaign party for this politician named Jeff Johnson, who I forgot his position of power was, honestly. And then one of his politician friends who's there to support him gets delivered a message on a piece of paper by a random ass server.
Now, sirs, ladies and gentlemen, the 20 years, the great bitch.
The fuck? Damn, nigga, you barely read the note. How urgent of a message is it if you just panicking from one little skim? And wouldn't this come out suspicious? Out of nowhere, you get this sticky note ass message that got you shook. So the politician friend runs into the back, not being questioned, and when passing by the crowd, all of a sudden Eddie Murphy just appears. What's up, nigga? No introduction or nothing. He's just there. Just pops in. Way to make an interest in your own movie, bro.
One bourbon sour straight up with extra orange, and one Gibson no onion, and 2 white wine spritzers, and a Lowenbräu.
The fuck are you doing?
We cut to an office room, and walking in is the politician friend and this flashy, obnoxious dressed black woman. Where the fuck did this woman come from? This movie just have niggas popping up out of thin air. Like, how did this woman even get inside the event? Let alone the office room. The black woman claims she's a phone sex operator that had a landline flirt with politician dude. She's also talking in this terrible ass accent.
You're so different from your picture.
That wasn't me on the TV, but that sure was me on the telephone.
Bitch!
What type of accent is this? This seems offensive to whatever culture this is. This can't be accurate, I'm sure. I don't know, I'm not cultured.
Bag on the— Oh, fuck! Dude! Sergeant Brown, Vice Squad, undercover operations.
I know who you are,
Dirty pig. Shut up!
Basically, this scene is to show that Eddie Murphy is this sort of con artist who goes around Florida with his team of other con artists, blackmailing rich people with freak-ass evidence, I guess, as pimps, sex workers, and FBI characters.
Don't let anyone else in, please. Thanks.
Did he touch you? Oh, yeah, I got your rum and coke. There's your rum and coke, and she can drink it with you. Hey, cállate la boca! Cállate la boca ahora! Ahora sí!
God, what's going on here?
Sir, you've been the target of a ruthless gang of con artists. I think it all started when you called the Girls of Many Nations party line.
Oh, shit.
You put it on your credit card instead of your phone bill because you didn't want your wife to see it, right?
How the fuck do they know all of this? Did this nigga actually use his real name under this? Oh yeah, you was asking to get caught. You should know better, my guy. You're a politician. Your whole job is to lie and be sneaky. I should stop talking. Eddie Murphy and his crew is about to get away with their score.
I don't want to take your watch. I don't want to take your money. And besides, they don't want to watch. They want cash.
Take the damn money. Take the watch, please.
Nigga, damn!
But right before they do, Eddie Murphy gets his cover blown and dips out.
You locking me in? I gotta go get the tape.
I don't want you to give them the money until I get the tape in my hand. Come with me. You know, Sergeant. Where'd he go? Sergeant Brown, the Vice Squad.
We don't have a Vice Squad.
You You don't have a son of a bitch.
But before he leaves, he decides to listen on these two white men from earlier talk about shady politics stuff. I don't know if what they was talking about is accurate or true, but it was interesting enough for Eddie Murphy to make a career change.
I am definitely in the wrong business.
Women, could you run these permits downtown for me?
Now you tell me what in the hell I look like running some goddamn pyramids down to City Hall for your ass. You do it.
Okay.
We're now in Eddie Murphy's house. I think about it, I don't think this is his house. I think this nigga lives with his grandmother and with his cousin there too, I think. Oh yeah, D is his cousin. He be fake pimping her out and shit.
I am here from Sweden, and I'm so lonely. I need a man. So call the girls of many nations at 1-900-555-NATE.
How the hell does this kind even work? It's clear that this is a real hotline, has a number and everything. So how does the call go exactly through them? Or did they stage all of this so it appears as a real hotline? And if so, how do they have the budget to do all of this? And how would they know if the person that's calling is rich? What if it's just a bum ass nigga trying to get hard on the phone? You know what? I'm not about to try to make sense of this shit. His grandmother doesn't like his profession, calling him out and not doing shit about it.
Thank you for calling Girls of Many Nations Party Line. For hot-blooded Italian wildcats, press 1 now.
Like if you don't like his work, why you let him do it in your own house? You be straight enabling. But Eddie Murphy says his actions are cool and justified because he's not actually a thief, but a con artist.
Hey, got high. Hey, thieves steal. I con, all right? It's different. I'm an artist. I'm a con artist.
Yeah, that makes so much fucking sense.
What these arthritic hands have been doing.
Oh, what are you owing? You're Thomas Jefferson Judge. Why you keep using my middle name? It sounds like a tap dancer or something.
How this nigga ended up with the most whitest name that ever exists? This dude's name is Thomas Johnson, middle name Jefferson.
Nice.
Out of all the shit you could be stealing, you couldn't steal a better name, man. Whatever, bro. I guess the name actually does come in handy because while watching the news, this dorky ass anchorman is talking about the passing of Jeff Johnson. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention a few scenes earlier that Jeff Johnson passed away while working very hard and late at the office.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my.
Oh my God.
While the anchorman is talking about Jeff Johnson's name and how much value it has just off name recognition, the grandmother decides to throw her funk ass 2 cents in.
Recognition. Lordy, what a notion. People would have to be some kind of boobs just to vote for somebody because their name was Johnson. I remember once back in Georgia, they even elected a dead man. His name was still on the ballot and folks were just used to voting for him.
Bitch, you literally just contradict yourself. You said people would have to be stupid to do that and then say something people did you said was stupid. I swear I hate this old lady, bro. So all this talk of name recognition gives Eddie Murphy the idea to use his first 2 names, Jeff Johnson, to impersonate the real Jeff Johnson that died, so he could trick white people to thinking it's Jeff Johnson they're voting for, the original Jeff Johnson, the white Jeff Johnson. Yeah, nothing could go wrong with this plan. But could this actually work though? Like, I'm honestly asking because I don't know nothing about politics, but will people vote for someone without knowing if they're dead, alive, or black, only because they're used to voting for that specific name? I really don't know. Maybe it would. I probably would have fought for this shit too. So Eddie Murphy gets his crew together, D, Hispanic guy, this nigga Chi McBride, oh, this nigga looks so young. And this one nigga named Van Dyke. Nigga wanna be loved by white people so bad. I actually fuss with Van Dyke, he cool. So he gets his crew together and he tells them his greatest con yet.
Y'all ready for this? I am running for Congress.
Shut your stupid.
So everybody just seemed cool with this. This dude got the most ride or die squad I ever seen. Helping this dude set up a campaign and shit. Doing arts and crafts for all these posters and pins and shit. Like, god damn, he must be paying y'all good. Cause ain't no way I'm doing all this for this one selfish ass nigga, man. We now get a political campaign / racist montage scene.
Why you no vote Jeff Johnson? He the name you know. Go down vote for Jeff. Jeff Johnson, the name you know. Hey, you eating the green, and you on the cornbread. Put that down and cast your vote for Jeff Johnson, the name you know. You know it's good. Jeff is good, just like them green.
Eddie Murphy wins the election with no one batting an eye that this Jeff Johnson nigga is clearly Eddie Murphy in a bright red suit. Like, this seems so disrespectful and kind of funny, actually. I can't lie. This is kind of funny.
Ask not what your country can do for you. You have nothing to fear but fear itself. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. And in conclusion, read my lips.
Eddie Murphy is now in Washington as Congressman Johnson, and the rest of the movie is just generic fish out of water scenarios, corrupted politician jokes, and Eddie Murphy acting educated in front of white people. The most conflict that happens in this movie is from another black congressman that's played by Rock, who's also a preacher, of course. So he's basically playing himself. Voice of reason, man of God type character. He's one of the clean ones that care about doing good stuff for the country, who also doesn't like the others, including Eddie Murphy and the chairman, Chairman Dick. His name is Dick. You could probably guess why his name is Dick.
That's plain old Dick.
Then there's another random subplot about this little girl who ended up getting cancer from a radio tower that's located near a school she goes to. Like, damn, that took a left turn out of nowhere. Like, can this really happen? I should look this up. I ain't looking this shit up.
Hey. What happened to you?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Eddie Murphy feels really bad and wants to do something about the cancer-making radio towers and starts a hearing to get rid of them and tries to convince the public and the Congress niggas of the cause, including a Florida politician he stole from earlier in the movie.
Bitch.
What are the chances of him running into, well, he is a politician, and I guess they all be in the same place, but this dude don't even expose him or nothing. He just going about his business like nothing happened. You would think this would be a start of another conflict, but nah, the movie just says, nah, he fuck with him. But the Congress dudes ain't fucking with Eddie Murphy idea, because if they get rid of the radio towers, it'll make the nation and them specifically lose money. So they tell Eddie Murphy and the cancer kid to fuck off. They didn't really say that, but you know what they hitting at.
Fuck off.
Later on, Rock appears again to call out the chairman for fucking over him again in something political. I honestly just zone out whenever they talk about stuff like this. Sounds like nothing but nonsense.
Nigga. I'm 200.
But the chairman, of course, the gangster he is, he tells Rock to fuck off. And to make sure he doesn't do anything to try to expose him, he wants Eddie Murphy to take him out to eat crabs, get drunk, and fuck his cousin. See, I told you this nigga be pimping out his cousin. This nigga got no shame, bro. We don't even see a scene of how Eddie Murphy convinced him to join him. We just randomly cut to them sitting in a restaurant peeling crabs and shit. And we already know he had some type of animosity towards him. I guess we assume he was down for some crabs and ass, I guess. Isn't a bad idea from the chairman, actually. I'm gonna have to give it to him on that one, I ain't lying. I would've changed my mind too, shit. He thick as fuck, I smash.
Hell yes.
After leaving dinner, the trio is on their way home, and moments before Rock finna get some, this random nigga on the road gets distracted and crashes into the back of them and does a hit and run.
You want a girlfriend?
Ran off on the floor twice.
Bro, this movie show love his prostitutes, don't it? Can't go one scene without conflict stemming from prostitution. This movie is pro-sex worker. Eddie Murphy calls for help through the payphone nearby, and instead of calling for an ambulance, the police, 911, anybody that could provide medical help, this nigga called the chairman, out of all people.
Now you listen to me very carefully. I want you to tell the ambulance to take you to Walter Reed Hospital. It's a privilege they extend to congressmen. They'll keep it quiet. I'll handle the police. And you go home, keep your mouth shut.
Wow, bro. You just gonna listen and do every word this white man say? Like he your daddy? without a second thought if this wrong. Maybe you do deserve to be here. We cut to the next morning, and Rock and Eddie Murphy cousin is all over the news.
That's right, Laura. Hawkins reportedly had alcohol in his blood. Also slightly injured was an unidentified woman whom police say is linked to a phone sex operation in Florida.
Linda.
Turns out Chairman Dick set the whole thing up to ruin the Rock's career, and Eddie Murphy feels bad, so he decides to go to the hospital to visit him. But he ended up getting stopped by the love interest, who's also the Rock's niece. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the love interest. She adds nothing to this movie. Like for real, she only has like 4 scenes and that's about it. No wonder I forgot to talk about her. She's mad at Eddie Murphy for setting her uncle up and tells him to get out and that she never wants to see him again.
Are you gonna let me talk?
Get the hell out of here. Get out.
Eddie Murphy is now upset and realizes how corrupt the US Congress is, so he decides to come up with a plan to do a con that exposes how corrupt they are and something else. I don't know. I really wasn't paying attention. And the rest of the movie is just this goofy ass heist that's not funny or entertaining. I probably never seen such a cast of bland characters, unless you're watching a Neil Breen movie. Eddie Murphy is literally carrying the movie on his back by just being Eddie Murphy. That's all his character is, a sly, smooth-talking Eddie Murphy, which I guess kind of works since that's what his character is, a sneaky conman that uses his charisma as his advantage, but that's really it. I don't find his character that much relatable or endearing as the movie wants him to be. Like, how am I supposed to relate to a character that literally gets away with anything and barely gets any consequences for it? Like, he barely gets in trouble for most of the shit he doing, I swear. And they try to make him endearing with the little girl in the radio tower conflict to make him show like he actually does care, but it just doesn't work because it comes up damn near around the end of the movie, and then they put it to the side for the rest of the movie for the whole Rock in the car crash accident. Like at this point I forgot and don't care about that plot now. The best characters to me was Rock and Chairman Dick. Their characters are as basic as it get, crooked politician versus straight politician, but the actors give so much commitment in that performance that it's just enjoyable when they're on screen. Especially the chairman. He first come off as a white knight that adores everything about Eddie Murphy, but as the movie goes on, his true character really shows. He's just so slimy and sneaky with that sinister ass face. I really like this actor. He plays these type of characters really well. But the rest of the cast, so fucking boring. Like they contribute nothing to the story or conflict, and specifically talking about Eddie Murphy's crew. They just sit around and act as nothing but yes man for this nigga. Especially this chick. She's just a golden retriever that does nothing but smile and does anything this nigga asks her to do. She don't even get mad at Eddie Murphy when he left her in the hit and run. And in the next scene, she's seen wearing an arm brace and still following this reckless ass nigga like, you didn't learn a lesson out of all of this? And the love interest is just a pretty face for Eddie Murphy to fall for. They have no chemistry at all. I don't find their relationship believable neither. Like there was nothing to prove to me that she was falling for this dude after 3 scenes of interaction to then going on a date with him and staying in his house cooking for him and shit. Like come on bro. The only character that's goated is Van Dyke. I love this nigga.
Are you gonna be grabbing my ass like old Congressman Johnson?
Oh, no, I would never grab your ass.
Well, you said that awful fast. What's wrong with my ass?
I'll grab it.
The comedy is whatever. The humor isn't that bad, but it's not great either. Just painfully average. And Eddie Murphy has his moments like I said, but somehow it wasn't enough for the whole movie. You could tell he just didn't have that much to work with because he tried to make those mediocre lines work, but it just ended up being hit or miss. I had a few chuckles here and there, but that's about it. And other times I'm just sitting there wondering if a joke was being made.
Why don't we do this? Like I said, put the package together. We'll block aside a couple of Saturday evenings and we can discuss it and you can take me through all the ins and outs.
Ins and outs?
I'd like to do more money for you.
Like, was that supposed to be a joke or not? I could hardly tell. Like the way the movie is edited, it barely gives any breathing room for the setup nor the punchline for their jokes, and just move on to the next. Like, it's so confusing. This movie is pretty much whatever. Not the worst thing in the world, but also not the greatest by any means. This is probably one of Eddie Murphy's worst performances. Not that I'm saying he did an awful job, it's just mediocre compared to his other work. No wonder why people forgot about this movie. The movie was directed by Jonathan Lynn, director of My Cousin Vinny and The Fighting Temptation. I like these movies, what the fuck? And My Cousin Vinny came out the same year as this one. So you know what he put the most work into, obviously. Because My Cousin Vinny is such a better made and written film than this one. The acting in this movie was fine, I guess, with the best performers being Charles S. Dutton and Lane Smith, who also was lit as hell in My Cousin Vinny. Yeah, Jonathan knew he had to bring my guy to save this shit, so. Other than that, the directing and filmmaking was just decent. Not that many interesting shots, just filmed very flat, which is really not surprising when finding out who directed it. Like, damn, what you had, a glow up or a glow down, my guy? Overall, The Distinguished Gentleman is a really painfully average movie that I think you shouldn't spend your time on unless you find a way to be entertained by its mediocreness. This was a PoorTaste review. If you enjoyed my review and want to see more in the future, don't forget to like and hit that sub button. Let me know down in the comments if there's a movie you want me to review and I'll see what's up. Y'all boys enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace.